Whenever I think of a pairing that sounds really good, I write it down so I can refer to it later. Well, these are some of the meals that I've made off of that list lately, that if I owned a vegan cafe, this is what I'd serve you. And of course, it'd also be a bakery, so sandwiches would be served on fresh sourdough made in-house. And not only could you buy the loaves, you can get sourdough bagels, and of course, sourdough focaccia, which would feature a new flavor every week. And today's special, chili oil and scallion. Now, to be fair, this one isn't on the menu because this focaccia is great all on its own. I was just hungry because it's been a long shift because someone called out and I had to stay. So I made a balsamic chicken, aka balsamic tofu, with arugula, sun-dried tomato, cashew cheese, and roasted red pepper. But if you see this video and then you come in and request it, I mean, who am I to deny you? However, if I did make a sandwich using this focaccia again, I feel like a General Tso's tofu crunch, or maybe a garlic miso tofu with a cucumber slaw. I think that would be top tier. Kind of rude of me to start off with food offerings and not a beverage. I mean, this is a cafe after all, right? So please accept this strawberry rhubarb matcha as my apology. I feel like strawberries and matcha is like classic, but adding a little bit of tartness from the rhubarb gives it a little razzle dazzle. And since the Rockies matcha is very grassy, it's the perfect contrast. This one I'd say is almost menu ready because the only thing I think I would change is it kind of needs to be pink, right? What do you think? Because it would be cute. If you like sandwiches half as much as I do, or better yet, a good hoagie, you must try an Italiano for lunch. Starts off with a toasted sourdough, grilled to perfection, then smothered in a little mayo, pepper relish, and massaged arugula, dressed in pepperoncini brine, olive oil, and smoked sea salt. While totally unnecessary, I figured why not use the last few drops of this herby salad dressing to finish the bottle. So for future reference, I may just have to make a green goddess mayo. And then for the star of the show, in my humble opinion, Calabrian cashew cheese. And because why not, I also added a spicy orange jam because this too has Calabrian chili in it. I found it at World Market the other day. It's quite delicious. By the way, the pepper relish is the whole reason for toasting this bread, so don't you dare make it without it. You want a bit of a barrier for the brine so that you don't end up with a soggy mess before you can actually finish eating. So I may even have to wrap this one up. You let me know. Then finally, some protein in the form of peppered deli slices and pepperoni. These don't have to be cooked. They're ready to eat as is, even though it doesn't look like it, but I feel like I should probably saute them next time. Maybe even give the sandwich a little drizzle of hot not honey to see if it takes it up a notch. And because I know you like it spicy with all that chili on that sandwich, a side of jalapeno chips, because it burns so good. I also thought you'd appreciate a slice, so I cut it for you. You're welcome. Personally, I would have gone for a strawberry basil soda. I mean, yes, we also make in-house, but you sold us out, so I've got to have this guava one instead. During peak season, my favorite thing to make was actually a salad. And I figured you might want one too. You know, something fresh, something light, something healthy that you can grab as a snack. So I tossed it with some heirloom tomatoes and some basil from the kitchen garden and a tad bit of red onion. Don't worry though, not too much. I know not everyone has the same relationship that I have with alliums, so I tossed them in some ice water first to take the edge off. There's so many basil plants outside, it's a family heirloom at this point. So I made this pot from all of the cuttings that I've been taking off from pruning, and if you too want to get basil in your inheritance, all you have to do is let it know that you like it. But don't just pull off the leaves that you intend to eat, cut the stems, and when you do, make sure that you snip it above 2 leaves like so. That way, as the plant matures, the new growth will start at that point and then branch off into 2 more stems. And instead of having a tall, skinny plant, you'll create a big, bushy one. Now, I know you've seen crispy rice before, this is nothing new, but have you had it vegan? Probably not. And I'll admit, this one still needs work before it makes it to the menu because 1, it needs more protein. Otherwise, the hearts of palm tuna is going to have you snacking on crisps in the office by 1. But she's got potential if I sub it with chickpeas. If you recreate this one at home, don't be like me. You only need to cook these for like a few minutes each side. I was going by color because you expect fried things to be golden brown, you know? But I don't fry things, clearly, so I learned the hard way. I know what you're thinking. There's a lot of food at this cafe. And you would be correct. But see, I'd prefer you eat your calories rather than drink them. I mean, I don't need you crashing at 4 p.m. because all you did was sip cold brew all day. So now you're so exhausted by the time you commute home, all you have energy for is girl dinner. I care about your well-being. But alas, I have one more. Because no cafe is complete without a few sweet treats. As you may have seen at one point, I made Dubai chia pudding, which I thoroughly enjoyed, by the way. And I kind of wanted to make a chocolate bar, but that felt like too much that I would definitely finish too soon. However, I used to make stuffed dates with like chunky peanut butter to satisfy my Snickers cravings. So a little light bulb went off in my head and was like, you should put the pistachio filling in there. The way I am addicted. These sell out in this house every day. And if you're not experienced with using a paring knife, do not do this, okay? Feel free to use a cutting board and don't bother splitting it if you can't. I'd rather you fully cut the date in half and then just sandwich it back together later. Again, if you're not experienced with knives, do not cut towards your finger like I am. The reason I am resting my thumb on the date is because it's actually giving me more stability and control. And to be honest, this blade isn't really that sharp. In fact, it's probably completely dull, so I'm covered. I'm surprised this is even working. By the way, even if you don't stuff your dates, you just like to snack on them, do make it a habit of ripping them open and checking inside because they can go moldy if they're not dried fully or stored properly. So remember, be your own quality control. Unfortunately, too much of a good thing can actually turn into a bad thing, like drinking too much matcha contributes to iron deficiency. I'm sorry, I should have held your hand before I said that, but I got you. I haven't been drinking quite as often, she says after literally just making one in this video. I was talking. Okay, Anne. Girl. As I was saying, I haven't been having as much matcha or hojicha as I would like, so I ordered a bottle of the L-theanine supplement I was taking a while back. It's an amino acid that increases the production of neurotransmitters. Yes, that includes dopamine, and also other cognitive functions like improving your focus and concentration. It also has kind of a calming effect as well, so it can help with anxiety, stress, even sleep. So I actually think that's what drew me to matcha in the first place because coffee has never helped me do a single thing but take a nap. When I first started drinking it, I was like, wait, is this why people drink coffee? Is this what it's supposed to do? So with this cherry limeade, you can have some of the benefits that you may be missing from your matcha. So how did I do? Would you come to my cafe?